Hi everybody. I told you I'd promise I'd try to get the first video up today, and so I'm gonna try. I'm gonna teach you guys a real simple one, and it's making little puzzle piece charms. It's super easy, it's a lot of fun, and they're really kind of cute. Okay, so for this you're going to need, of course, a puzzle piece. Doesn't matter, what puzzle piece it is. Thrift shop puzzle piece. This is from a 300 piece puzzle piece that I got. It was the right size for me, so I went ahead and used it. You're going to need an X-Acto knife. So be careful. You will be using sharp objects. You're also going to need some triple thick. For me, it's a gloss glaze. It's pretty, it makes it shiny, and it acts as a glue to stick things on there. Of course, you're gonna need some paper. As you can see, I've already, cut some out and made some, so I figured I'd go ahead and keep using it. Alcohol, because you will need a paintbrush, and the glue will dry to your paintbrush and ruin it, so I just put it in a bottle of alcohol whenever I get glue on it. Anything special? I got a little jar of shinies here. I know you can't really see them, and just because I could, I grabbed a jar of mustaches that we made out of clay. You're also going to need some ribbon, any color that you want. I've got some gold ribbon here. You're also going to need some little clasps, little ribbon holders, and jump rings. Excuse me if things are kind of out of frame. I'm used to teaching a big class on a table. I'm not used to teaching on a webcam, or not on a webcam, on a camera, so this is kind of new to me. So just hang in there with me, okay? So the first thing we're going to do is you're going to take a puzzle piece and get your triple thick and your paintbrush and your paper, and find where you want on your paper. This one's kind of got all kinds of different designs. It came from a book of scrapbook paper from Hobby Lobby. This isn't very expensive to make. It's a whole book, and it'll last you a long time if you plan on doing these for a long time. But go ahead and choose one. Remember where it is. As you can see, I've already got a puzzle piece glued on there. Right there. From when I was working on it, and I decided to make a tutorial video of this, so I stopped. So I start from the beginning. Now remember where your paper is. Take your puzzle piece, your paintbrush, get a little bit of triple thick, and a very, very thin coat on the paper side of your puzzle piece. I'll put that in the alcohol and flip it over and just put it on there, right like that. Kind of, wait for it to dry a little bit. And then once it's dry, I'll go ahead and use this one as an example because it's already dry. Once it's dry, you take it and with your X-Acto knife, you cut around the edges of your puzzle piece. What I like to do is I like to cut excess paper off as I go. So, yeah. So I'm going to go ahead and do that. Alright. We're done. It's not perfect, but that's okay. It doesn't have to be. Okay. So when you get done with that, your best thing to do is to find some things you want to put on it. I'm gonna use a shiny little sparkly jewel. Let's see. Ooh, let's do this one. I'm gonna use a little shiny jewel on mine. Place it anywhere you want. The best part about this is, you know, it's all you. You know, you make the placements and you do this and you do that, and that's one of my favorite things about this. In anything, you know, when it comes to crafting is, you know, it's all about you, and no matter what. Put triple thick all over your puzzle piece. All over it. Just a nice little light layer. And what the triple thick does is not only will it, you know, glue it and make sure it stays on there, but it will protect it from elements. Not immersion of water. I don't suggest you, you know, take a shower with these or anything like that. But it'll help, you know, keep it from getting dusty, dirty. It will keep it from tearing. It hardens it a little bit because we're also going to put it on the front, or on the back, and the sides. But just make sure you get your coat on there. And kind of wait a little while for it to dry. So we're going to kind of set that off to the side. And we're going to go ahead and get our ribbon ready. Okay. So for your ribbon, I use these to set it, to get it ready. You don't have to. You can use regular pliers. I didn't say you needed pliers because you kind of don't, but I use pliers because it's just easier for me. Get your ribbon, and get your little ribbon setters. You're going to need 2. They're tiny, and they're a pain, but you need them. And on the end of your ribbon, making sure you guys can see this, on the end of your ribbon, kind of fold it. Like that. Slip that on there. Like that. If you want, you can use glue. I don't use glue. But it does hold the ribbon in there, because your next step is to take your pliers and to fold. Anyway, you can get this stuff at any craft store. Make sure you pinch it down tight so you don't have what just happened to me happen to you. You know, your ribbon escape. And you take your other side over here and pinch it down. Just like that. And you're going to do the same thing to the other side. I gotta get another one because I messed up. I go through a lot of these, guys. Like I said, but you can use glue. I don't, because the certain ribbons I use, they don't really take to the glue very well. The sheer ribbons. And so I don't really use them. And once again, fold it, put it in that little crevice. Oops. Pinch it, and then once again, it's not wanting to work at all with me today. It's because I'm recording. It wants to embarrass me in front of anybody who will watch this. I usually do tutorials, not tutorials, but chainmail classes at cons. I've done 2. And I want to get back into doing them, but it costs money. And so it's just easier if I show you here on the internet, tell you where I get my stuff, and then you guys go get it. And hopefully you learn from me. Hopefully you learn from my mistakes. And then you've got 2 little ribbon ends now, just like that. Okay, we're going to kind of set that off to the side for right now, because I'm pretty sure our puzzle piece is done drying. Yep, sure is. If it comes up like that, that's okay. Just kind of glue on there a little better. But we're about to glue the sides, which will help. Any kind of little mistakes like that, just glue the sides better. So get your paintbrush and start doing triple thick some more. You can do a couple of coats. You don't have to do just 1 coat of triple thick. You can do quite a few coats of this stuff and it'll be okay. There we go. If you want, every time you work with glue, have a rag handy. I just generally use my pants, so I don't ever really use rags, but you can go ahead and have a rag ready in case you don't want to mess up your pants, which is fine, I understand. If you want, use the end of your brush to kind of tuck in any extra corners that you got that are sticking out, and that'll even help it. That'll help it glue down even more. You can go ahead and do the back side. Again, just a nice little light layer. It doesn't have to be super thick on the back side. This is just to kind of help make sure it's hardened all the way through. That way it's not a soft cardboard puzzle piece anymore. It's got an acrylic glaze on it, and it hardens it a little bit. Alright, now we're going to set that off to the side again. Let that dry completely. And while we're waiting, we can go ahead and take our ribbon again. And get your jump rings. Again, any craft store. And there's, you know, all kinds of jump rings. There's key ring jump rings, which are like double-sided, or like key rings. You're gonna need 3. One too many. You're gonna need 3 in the end, so might as well go ahead and get those out. And then what you do is there's a little split. I know you guys really can't see it, but there's a little split in that ring. And you just kind of twist so that it opens like that. And then you slip it through that little hole. And then what you do from there is you get one of your clasps. I keep everything little in plastic bags, and I keep projects in cans. So that way it's all together when I come back to it. Because we all have lives, we all sometimes have to leave. And then you take one of your ends, flip it through there, and close it up. And make sure you close it up good, otherwise it'll come out and it'll fall apart. Not fall apart, it's easy to fix, but it's just a pain. And then the next side, open it up, slip it through, take the other end, which is your actual clasp part, and slip it through, and there you go. Again, make sure you close it well, otherwise, you know, things will come off, things will, you know, slip through. And so your ribbon's done. And now that your ribbon's done, once your puzzle piece is dry, which it's pretty dry, it's dry enough to go ahead and hang on there, you